because, you know, I had never, not purposely, but just because of where I lived and where I went to school. I went to a small Christian private school, so, you know, I just never really been exposed to this type of climate. So it was a big change for me, but I think a positive change and something that I really needed just to, you know, broaden my perspective of things.
Well, like, it definitely taught me that we're all just people. Like, everyone here has been really nice, and, you know, I haven't been treated badly or anything. There's no discrimination and everything, and it was really interesting, like, when we're talking about civil rights and stuff, because you realize that the people next to you, their lives would have been horribly altered if it wasn't for the Civil Rights Act, and they would have been considered inferior just for how they looked. And so it makes it seem really important that that got passed.
I love how the student-teacher ratio is. Most of the time I'm in a class from about 24 to the largest class I've been in so far was about 40. And it was just great, the interaction. It was easy to have group discussions. A lot of times the whole class would be in a discussion along with the instructor, and they just seem to really care about your success. A lot of times by the end of the semester they know you by name, and it's comfortable to go and have to have a meeting with them because you know, you feel like they almost sort of know you as far as their class goes. They know you, and it's, you know, you feel like they really care about you versus some, you know, larger school where you're in a class of 300 and, you know, like you stated, you just feel like a number and the teacher's just going to teach, and if you get it, you get it, but you have to kind of seek them out more if you want extra help.
I've never even had anyone say any, you know, discouraging comments in class or anything, even when the subject matter was clearly something that I wouldn't have been as familiar with. Because there are those times when, like in an African American literature or history class, you're going to encounter some material about the past that isn't, you know, the prettiest, because American history just is, it's pretty ugly. But I mean, even in those discussions, I've never had anyone say anything, you know, negative about me.
Another thing that maybe kind of shocked me was for Dimensions of Learning last semester we were required to go to the first home football game, and I had my dad and my boyfriend come with me, and we were just, you know, surprised that they played they called it the Black National Anthem, and we had never even heard of that. We were just like, you know, wow, we didn't even know that existed. But I mean, we were like, you know, that's great. I mean, you know, go and make your own national anthem. But we didn't know that existed. So that was definitely like a cultural experience for us.
Probably the only person who eats veggie burgers in the cafeteria, to my knowledge, and it does, but they will go and get one and cook it for me, and it's not an issue. You just have to speak up if you don't want to eat what's being made in the cafeteria that day.
Enjoy the winter.